Happy Saturday, everybody!
Yeah.
I just saw that message you sent, LeBron.
Well, come on, we got a show to do. Shit.
Yeah, yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Saturday! It is about 2:50 on Saturday. I'm in New Jersey, where Eric LeBron is 13 o'clock in California. Ryan is getting back in here.
There he is.
Oh, hey.
You can adjust. What's up, Rhino?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. What's going on? Why are you on a different?
The surface I was trying to use, it just crapped out on me, hence why it frozen. But now I'm on my phone.
Where are you?
I am actually I'm at the trailer with Amber.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, right on. So you're not even home right now then?
Nah, we came down because we wanted to hit up the beach for a little bit.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice.
Look at this guy. Look, Rhino from a remote location, patching into Saturday Day Live.
Yeah, don't give up the beach for us, bro.
Nah,
yeah.
It's all right. I made sure to clear it with Amber first.
Smart man.
Yeah, exactly.
First off, also want a big shout out and what's up to everybody checking us out on the replay. I'm trying to start saying what's up at the beginning of the lives to everybody who watches us on demand. That's super cool. And every week, many more people end up watching us on the replay than are with us live. So thank you so much. What's up? You're welcome. Okay, for the entertainment you're about to receive.
That's right.
But also, of course, thank you to everybody who's hanging out with us live, including Len LaGuardia. What's up, man? Let's go.
What up, dude?
Dave Orkin. Dave Orkin was with us last week.
Metal.
Rygon, who's that guy? Amber, what's up? Jack, what's up every week, buddy?
Mac.
Our good buddy FU hanging out. What's up, gents? Trevor 1-6 shooter in the house. What's up, Trevor?
What up, Trevor?
Michael Casper, what's up? The man who loves
yeah, baby.
Len again. What's up, Eric? What's going on, my friend?
Nada, man. Just another Saturday. Here we go, baby. Freaking lots of great stuff to talk about, especially coming out of SDCC, man.
Oh yeah,
dude. I said this to you guys before, and I don't know if it's hyperbole, but it sure feels like, at least to me, these are some of the best reveals that I've seen from an SDCC. I feel like in years. I am pumped about like the stuff that's coming out, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff. A lot of I don't know how to put it, a regurgitation of some figures, like a lot of like the Marvel Legends stuff, the X-Men series stuff. It's like that's kind of like, I don't know. It's like my thorn in my side sometimes, seeing the how many Wolverines or Cyclops or X-Men series they could keep remaking again and again. It's like you got to be satisfied with the collection you have and stop rebuying the same old figures again and again. It's like, give us something new, man. But I've seen a lot of new stuff out there, and man, it looks damn good. A lot of stuff's really, really looking good.
Yeah, some of the stuff's freaking incredible.
Yeah.
What about so far? Any favorites so far?
For me, I don't know who's making it. I guess it was Sentinel or somebody, but whoever's making that Spider-Man Noir figure, man, that looks freaking super cool. I'm really digging that. And the NECA, or is it Mezco, that's doing the Ninja Turtles? Whoever's doing that new Ninja Turtles line, that's looking. Yeah, that's looking really super dope. So. Yeah, I mean, there's a shit ton of stuff out there, so it's hard to pick a favorite. But from what I've seen so far, yeah, that Spider-Man Noir is looking super freaking cool.
What about you, Rhino?
Cool. Mafex or Mafex, however you want to say it, definitely bringing the heat when it comes to the DC figures. They're finishing off the Reign of the Superman, Eradicator, and I believe 90s Superboy. Hopefully that jacket is soft goods and not hard plastic, because that thing is dope looking.
Was it also Mafex that's doing that Scarecrow? Was it?
I believe so.
Yeah, that Scarecrow looks really dope.
Hell yeah. And Riddler too, right?
Yeah, I really the Riddler is a pass for me for sure. I like the Riddler that's coming out of McFarlane where he's got like the more like the tights on with the question marks all over it. I really dig that look of a Riddler instead of like the like kind of business suit Riddler. I don't know, but to each
And
his
then
own, I guess.
definitely Mezco. Mezco is dropping some heat.
Yeah, there you go. Look at those, man.
Yeah, so just
That's
grab
Mezco. That's Mezco 112, huh?
one Mezco
Yeah.
112 collected.
Oh,
Teenage
dude,
Mutant
those look
Ninja Turtles.
those look fantastic, bro. Yeah, though that's a definite pickup, dude. If you're a Turtles fan in any way, those are fucking clean, bro.
Yeah, and they're like there's it's cool because there's definitely a mix of like the original design
Yeah,
with some of the elements that remind you of the later designs. They're also like it's very like muted or kind of like dark the way they did it. Like it makes them seem more badass to me.
late night likes the pickle show Riddler.
Pickles in general, really. Pickles in general.
Pickles,
to blame
yeah,
him.
pickles in general, bro. Oh man.
That's
Yeah, those
wild,
look
man.
fucking fantastic, bro. Those are that's I mean, like I said, I see something like that and it's like a automatic must have. Like I know I'm gonna order those. That's I'm wondering, is it gonna come as a 4-pack or are they gonna be sold individually?
Didn't the pre-order
It
already
already
happen?
went up for pre-order. Yeah, it already
Yeah.
happened.
Oh, it did? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
Is it like over? It's over?
I
Yeah,
think
but
I
they'll
think
be
it might
sold
be
anyways.
available. I think it's on BBTS.
Oh, okay, that's
Wow,
cool.
yeah.
I could get them. I actually could look it up right now. Shit, I didn't even know. Thanks for letting me know, guys.
I sent you a letter. You didn't get it?
See, if people don't know, Ryan and Jonathan are my go-to guys for all information Mezco related. But yeah, they let me hang and freaking now I got to pay aftermarket prices for these damn things.
Sometimes we do that on purpose. We're like, you know
Yeah,
what?
I
This is
know
how
you
we're
guys are jealous.
this
That's
is
why
how
you don't
we're
want me.
gonna
You don't want me
this
to
week.
come up and get a better collection than you guys. That's what it is.
Here you go,
Oh,
right here. BBTS, $400. Cheap.
That's yeah, for 4 figures. Yeah, you're looking at $100 a piece. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
It's not like for each one of them, like you would get, it's Mezco's $100 each. They don't even do like $85 anymore. I don't think.
No,
and they
no,
are chock full of accessories.
Oh, I can only imagine, dude.
Let's check it out. Look at these pictures.
Yeah, those look great, dude.
And it looks like they're a little bit more like this. It seems like in real life, where like I said, a little bit darker, a little bit more badass. Check it out. You got the nunchucks.
I love the spinning effect, dude. That's
Yep.
so dope.
Oh, you got the soft goods trench coat. That's cool.
Wow, yeah,
that's awesome.
freaking.
Steph,
Yep, looks like I'll have to
do
pre-order sold out. Looks like I'll have to do the old trade bait for these guys.
Raph looks dope.
Yeah, damn, these look dope, dude.
Yeah, he was a bitch in the movie, but that's a good looking figure.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got a cape too.
Speaking of TMNT movies, I don't know if I've ever told you. Me and my son, we always go thrift store hunting, and my hunt at the thrift stores is always for like old movies and old DVDs. And I picked up because I hadn't had it since I was a kid. I had it on VHS. Old man. I picked up a DVD copy of TMNT 2, The Secret of the Ooze, and I watched it the other day. I got all pumped, man. Yeah, look at all those different head sculpts too, man. That's freaking dope.
Yeah,
a lot of head.
It's
a lot of head.
A lot of head, baby. Yeah, that's freaking awesome, dude. Like I said, I'll definitely have to. I'll have to find those aftermarket and freaking find somebody who's willing to trade or sell them because yeah, that's a must-have set, dude. It's freaking super
bandanas,
dope.
pizza.
Yeah,
various. All 4 turtles could have a slice of pizza if you want.
Exactly.
Here's the soft goods. A lot of soft goods, man.
And the cool thing too, like I was telling you guys, wanting to kind of create a singular shelf of just, since I've started collecting, not so many, but I've got a pretty decent collection now, but just to make a singular shelf of only Mezco figures, this would be a great display, outside of my already like pretty hefty, TMNT display that I already set up. These guys would be standalone figures. Like just the display factor on them all is freaking fantastic.
Dude,
Benny
there's a
Torres,
lot.
what it is, my brother?
Dude, Ryan, you're not gonna know what this is. LeBron, check out that Walkman.
Yeah, bro. Cassette Walkman, no less, bro.
It's called
I
a
know what cassettes are.
Walkman.
You don't know nothing
Dude,
about that, child.
I had one of those. I had one.
What? No, you
Yeah.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
That's awesome.
Well, technically, I didn't have it. It was my brother's. I just used it. But I remember that.
I was gonna say it was a hand-me-down, right? It was a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
What up, Greg?
12 hands, dude. This is like Cosmic Legion's level of hand numbers.
Dude, yeah,
here.
hand packs, dude. Dude, I still can't figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with all those hand packs that came with Cosmic, dude. That shit.
You just got more, right? Didn't you just get more?
I'm waiting on a shipment right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ordered more hand packs. Like I needed more hand packs. The fucking hand packs are ridiculous, dude.
Don't have a separate photo for just the weapons? That's weird.
Yeah, this is an outstanding set of turtles, man, for sure. What's up, Nate?
This shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What up,
Yeah,
Nate?
it'd be cool to build a little display dial just to that, like that, coming out of the freaking sewer. Like that. So dope.
Yeah. So check this out. So I don't think I mentioned this before. My sister-in-law is pretty crafty. You know, she makes a lot of stuff, and my wife, between the two, every once in a while, they'll make some of the kids' Halloween costumes. Like a lot of times, my son Chase will want to be some like character that's like obscure and like you can't buy the stuff or whatever. And they've made costumes, and it looks really awesome. So, long story short, my sister-in-law is embarking on making me a dial, a cosmic dial.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, she sort of already started, so I'm all pumped up about it.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, dude. That should be fun.
Right? Speaking
of cosmic dials, man, the finished product that was it Greg Shaw that made that dial with that round like styrofoam insert that he got out of like some kind of box. Dude, that thing looks freaking fantastic, dude.
Greg Shaw?
Yeah, I think it was Greg Shaw on Cosmic Legions or Cosmic Cabal. I think that was him that made that dial. Super, super cool thing, and it works perfect. It works perfect for the aesthetic of Cosmic, man. It's so good. That's gonna be such a fun little.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes. Here we go. I didn't know this is what you meant, but hell yeah.
And I like you shot the progress of it.
Yeah, look at that, dude. Yeah, out of a styrofoam insert that he got out of, I think there was like a propane tank or something that was sitting in there with some kind of like a, yeah, so bitching, dude. That looks so good.
What's up?
It's like, dude, you get and the figures fit perfectly in that thing. It's like it was meant to be, dude. So it's like, damn, you just never know what you're gonna find in a styrofoam insert, man. It's like that's gold right there. So good,
awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's so good. Love it. I love how the mind of toy collectors and toy photographers can take something like that and see it in a whole different aspect, a whole different light where other people would never imagine anything like that. And it takes the mind of a toy collector and a photographer to see something like that and go, wait a minute, like, turn it a certain angle or sideways. And you're like, holy shit. You're like, I got something here. Yeah, that looks so dope, dude. And he put the light
cell behind it.
Yeah, he's got some kind of background to it.
Right,
like
that's different, right?
Yeah, that's different. I think that's just like a printed piece or something. But
okay,
yeah, he's got some kind of dial wall piece behind it. But damn, that looks good, dude.
Look at this thing, this little thing like fake LED screen over here on the right.
Yeah, like a terminal or something. So dope, badass, dude.
Yeah. Well done, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I did get my cell, by the way.
Oh, nice, dude.
It's very cool.
It's awesome. Mine kind of broke down from the heat because I got it when it was like that heat wave that we were in.
Mhm.
So as soon as I pulled it out of the box, stuff started falling apart.
Oh,
No.
like the glue started coming apart. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Were you able to get it fixed up,
it's
or
still good because I've taken pictures. Yeah, it's not a
because I
I was
problem.
gonna I
I
was
have
gonna
a
say.
hot glue gun, so I can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know what kind of glue you're gonna use, but I was gonna recommend probably just a standard hot glue gun with those kind of pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool though, man. Yeah, I'm glad you guys got those. That's a really freaking super cool set. Little like I said,
thank you, Benny.
little congested or combined for me, and as far as like display, but for you guys, I mean, especially you, Ryan, I can't wait to see the shots you're gonna freaking start busting out with that thing. So good.
I've
What the
taken a
hell,
couple.
LeBron? Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I saw some of your pics with it already. So
Yeah.
whatever you did to sort of to put it together, it looked great.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Well, here, let's find out here. Hold on a second.
I'm kind of wondering what Crashbox is going to bring to the table at Legion's Con for their exclusive piece. I'm probably expecting it's going to be a massive
Right here.
freaking cosmic piece of some type. You know what I mean?
Boom, like this one right here.
Yeah. Exactly.
See?
There you go, Ryan.
Oh, that was the one that you helped me out with. I sent that to you, and you gave me some tips on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Fun dio, man. Like a lot of cool pieces in that thing, dude. A lot of cool pieces. I love the grates over the overhead, and like I said, with the kind of like the laser bars or whatever to keep the prisoners in. And then, of course, that's all removable and stuff, so you can have it open and close. I mean, it's like I said, their dioramas are freaking fantastic, dude. Such good pieces.
1 second here.
And it comes with the light board for the ceiling for the prison.
Nice. Yeah, I still love my freaking that airlock door that I have of theirs. Man, that thing is freaking so good. Such a fun piece.
So that's what I was talking about. Where this, see that screen right there? Is that the same as? Oh no, it's not. It's different. It looks similar though, right?
Yeah, a little bit at first glance. Yeah.
Yeah, but one thing I really liked about this shot too is that it's not like the initial thing the way you would set it up, or how you'd expect it. Like you're behind like the guards who are coming in to get the prisoner, and the prisoner's sort of facing the other way and turning back to him. It's very cool.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Super dope, dude.
Yeah. All right, next up, how about oh, we should probably can mention too. Oh, by the way, Odious funded.
Nice.
So that was cool.
Seen that. Yeah.
I think I guess it had happened because we were on Sunday last week, so it had happened at that point. But congrats again, Unparalleled Universe, on the Odious Kickstarter funding. What was so cool about it is apparently he was going to SDCC anyway. Imagine how cool that trip is now. Like, you just had a Kickstarter for your first action figure, it funded, and now you go to SDCC. Compare that to if it had not funded, and it funded. It funded by $5,000, so it's not like it blew it away. Imagine not making it, and then you have to show up at SDCC, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man."
Yeah. No, that's
so, he's got to be on top of the world, man. Congratulations.
Definitely a party weekend for sure. Yeah, he's living large. That's awesome. Yeah. Congratulations to that guy, man.
Yeah. What's something else?
That last day, did it jump because of the BBTS orders?
I think the BBTS
jumped
ordered. Yeah, I think BBTS put the orders in on that Thursday or Friday, because by the time you hit Saturday, like the BBTS orders were already in. So anything else to push it over the line was going to have to be non-BBTS orders. And they put a nice chunk in for an order. So that was definitely huge. Marvel Legends, a new Bucky cap, anybody? Anyone?
Not for me, boy. Not for me.
What did I want to say? What about I don't want to talk about that yet. I'm trying to like not jump to the stuff that I hold on. Vamp for me, LeBron.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Well, I'm working on some a freaking whole shit. I'm working on a whole rack full of heads. It's all about heads this weekend, so I'm just doing a shit ton of sculpts here.
Okay.
So I got my work cut out for me today. Like I said, this is what'll drive me into the wee hours of the morning while everybody else is asleep.
What's up, Allison? You're not late.
Big shout out to my homie Reynolds Cruz for these freaking awesome dwarf sculpts. I mean, these things are freaking just fantastic. These new sculpts that he's making. So, yeah, so I'm in the process of painting these up, and yeah, I'm gonna have some good times. And props to everybody who enjoyed my contrast post that I put on the Cabal the other day. Man, I did not expect that at all. I was just sitting at the desk and was trying to figure out some new colors for some beards on these dwarves, and I started messing around with some contrast paint sitting at the desk, and basically I was just doing photo tests and for reference for myself. And while I was doing it, I was just like, well, maybe somebody will want to check this out or whatever. And I don't know, man. I threw it up there just thinking, maybe somebody will, kind of pick up something off of it or maybe like it or whatever. Man, this thing blew up like freaking wildfire, and I got all kinds of great responses for it. So thank you. I really appreciate that. I did not expect it at all. It's just one of those things that, like I said, thought it'd be, good to, share some, I guess, technical information that people might not be aware of or kind of hesitant to take that kind of leap of faith into trying something new with their painting, customizing and stuff like that. So, like I said, man, kudos to everybody that enjoyed it. And, thank you for the response, man. Like I said, it's always great to have positive feedback from the community like that. It's just, like I said, it's just, thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Robert, man. Yeah. Just like I said, just happy to share, man. Just happy to share whatever knowledge that, I come across or, things. Trust me, I'm looking online all the time at what everybody else is doing and trying to pick up tips every day. I mean, I learn every day too. You know what I mean? I'm no expert, at all. So, I see a lot of people's paint, applications, and I'm just freaking blown away. I'm like, man, how can I get that good? Or how can I do this or that? And like I said, every little bit of knowledge helps, and it benefits everybody. And there's no trade secrets. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I just think that the more we share, the more we evolve and grow as a community, and our collections just get better and better. That's all there is to it.
I feel like you're kind of an expert. I think that's fair.
Nah, not at all, man. Not at all.
Listen, Uncle Eric is Gandalf the Awake.
Yeah.
Gandalf the Awake.
Yeah, exactly.
And for somebody like me who has limited knowledge and is still very much a novice as far as painting goes, what makes a paint a contrast paint? How is it different?
The best example, or the easiest example I could give you, is like, okay, say you have standard like paint, and the consistency of it is kind of like that heavy, like milky consistency. Contrasts are like the best comparison would be like wood stain. It's really watery, but it's really, really concentrated in color. So if you put wood stain on a piece of plywood or pine, a dark stain, it like goes from like light to immediately like dark brown. Like that's how heavy contrast is, but it's in different tones or colors, oranges, like browns, what have you. So once you put it on a base coat like this, you could use, and it'll change up drastically too. If I painted this beard, like let's say like a light brown, the contrast that hits it is definitely going to change from what you see here. See, like that contrast there in this picture, that's the effect it'll have on this particular base coat. If you do a darker base coat, that orangey brown color that went on there, it's going to be like twice as dark. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I usually try to start with something very light because the contrasts are very, very concentrated in it. And like I said, they will change that color immediately. So it's like, but like I said, the consistency is like it's almost like water, but it's like just like concentrated freaking like dye. You know what I mean? It's crazy heavy. So like I said, my best advice is go very light on the brush. Like, take as much off of the brush as you can before you start applying it to the piece, because you can add, but it's really hard to take it away because it's like I said, it's really rich in consistency. David Williams, what's up, my boy?
What's up, David?
Yeah, it looks super cool.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, man. It's fun, and like I said, a good piece of advice that I gave in the very beginning of the post was that I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't have a spare, barbarian or dwarf head that's got a beard or whatever to it. Utilize that as your test piece for, thousands and thousands of projects that you're using before you take your paint to an actual figure that you're trying to customize. I mean, let that be your guinea pig. You know what I mean? And you could re-prime it and do it over again 100 times, and not have to worry about screwing something up before you take it to a project. Because that's like I think that's what some of the hesitancy of a lot of people that they're afraid to start on their first custom piece because they don't want to like ruin their figure or whatever. Well, you know what I mean? Take a spare figure or buy yourself a $30 Legion builder, at one of the shows and use that as your, like I said, your guinea pig for anything you want to do customizing wise. You know what I mean? You could always, you can make as many mistakes as you want on something like this and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, Len says that tutorial was great. Contrast paints are cool, but you can F them up way fast. That kind of goes to your point, right?
Yeah, it's like I said, and you'd rather F something like this up than your actual piece. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, that's where this comes in so handy. I've got, God only knows how many extra pieces I have in my fodder bins as far as like shields and pauldrons and what have you. I paint things up all the time that are just throwaway pieces that I constantly paint over and over again just to test out new paints or new, techniques or whatever, just to see if, what happens. And a lot of times it doesn't work. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's like, nope, that's not what I wanted or expected, or, oh, I went too heavy or, too light. And then that way I know I try it again until I kind of get that, I hit that fine mark where I'm like, okay, I'm really digging what this looks like. And that's when I will take it over to a piece. And again, too, I always reference what I'm doing. So I'll paint something and I'll take a picture with it in my phone and just leave it in my photos on my iPhone. And, if I ever have to look back, some of these things, you paint something, you'll sit at the desk and paint something, and it looks really cool. And I don't know, you get called away or you go to work or something happens. And the next thing you know, 2 weeks have gone by and you go, damn, I want to get back to that project. And you sit at your desk and you go, wait, what color did I use? How did I get that? How did I get that color? You know what I mean? And you completely forget. And it's like, so that's why, like, if I paint something, I'm constantly stopping what I'm doing and snapping a photo of my, of my progress of my work, because or I'll hold the bottle of paint next to what I'm painting and be like, click, that's what I used. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things that, like I said, and sharing that knowledge with everybody, like I said, it's, I think it's just beneficial, and I'm just happy that, like I said, people liked it, man.
So your post was specifically talking about beards, but could you use the same type of thing? Would it have an application for another part of a figure. I realize the beard, I think, probably makes a lot of sense because it's like strands of hair. There's a lot of texture for the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what about like a skull, like a skeleton head that has some like texture to it, like there's holes in it or something like that? Would it be a similar thing, or do you would not think it would work as well?
Some of them do. A lot of the contrast too. You can use them to like dirty up like bone colors or like
Mhm.
armor, stuff like that. There's all kinds of applications for it. But I mean, as far as like, I think the best app for me, I don't know. I mean,
Mhm.
there's to each his own. I mean, there's a lot of people that use contrast paste for completely different reasons. But for me, I think the contrast is one of those just go-to gold, tools to use for beards, because it just seeps into those creases, and it just gives you such great colors. And most of the colors that I have that I've shown for those examples, I mean, those are all great beard colors. You know what I mean? So I just think for hair and beards, I think it's one of those like just go-to things. It's just a lot easier than trying to like, I guess, kind of get those like different shades or shadowing if you're trying to just paint. It's I don't know. I'm not an expert at getting those detailed shadows and stuff into the paint like that. So layering and stuff like that. So I think contrast is just a lot easier to do. I mean, for me personally, that's just how it is. But yeah, you can use them on armors. You can use them on a bunch of different. Like I did like some of my dwarf stuff that I've done with they're like different purples and like green metallics. That's basically a light like silver base coat with like a green or purple contrast over it. So that definitely changes up the look on that. If you've seen obviously you've seen some of those. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You don't want to hear the best part?
Yeah.
Because I accidentally sent that to Jesse.
She's gonna be like, "What?
What the fuck? What is wrong with this guy?"
What's going on
So
here?"
Jesse, if you ever watch this, sorry about that.
We apologize, Jesse. We apologize.
Yes. Thank you for making it a we too.
But yeah, like I said, contrast. Yeah, there's all kinds of applications, man. You could put them. You could change up skin tones. You could change up armor tones. You could change up everything. It's just like I said. Just be careful with it, because it is heavy, and get a piece that you're pretty much going to be a piece to just destroy, because that's going to be your piece that you're going to constantly make mistakes on before you get the hang of it and finally take it to a project. So just be warned. It's like I said, it's very, very concentrated stuff, and it's heavy. So it like I said, it will change up shit real quick on you.
The shit is potent, man. Shit is potent.
Potent, bro. Potent.
All right, next up, we got to check this out. Bang! Bang! Did you even see this yet, LeBron?
I did.
You like animated, right?
No, well, no,
unintroduced.
It's not that, but it's my anticipation was the one that came out, the exclusive, the deluxe one that they finally released, because that was the one I actually saw the design for at PowerCon 2019, dude. So that's how long I've been waiting for that one to come out. And then it's like right when they put that one on pre-order, then I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. There they go with the con exclusive of this one. It's like, son of a bitch. But it's cool. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of guys who are huge fans of more of like the Filmation aesthetic, but I think it looks awesome, but it's a complete pass for me. And I'm not a Mondo completist. I know there's a lot of guys that have every single piece that these guys have dropped, and yeah, this is an easy pass for me. But it looks great. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm kind of glad that I've been able to kind of stay away from the Mondo stuff. Over, like, again, I have a Mondo Merman, and I couldn't. I mean, I had to pre-order the Mondo Skeletor. That thing looks incredible.
Especially if you didn't have a Skeletor already. That's a freaking definite 100% freaking score for you.
Yeah. Had to get that, because there's so much of it. Like, I know you're waiting on your Battle Cat, dude. Maybe even next month.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
yeah,
that thing looked incredible.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
The first Trapjaw looked incredible, and I was just glad that at least I ran into a couple of things between stuff like that, like, and even like as far as Masters of the Universe goes, like He-Man's probably like the least interesting character to me. But the Deluxe Moto He-Man with all you got battle armor, all the different stuff looked amazing. The Battle Cat looked incredible. The first Trapjaw looked incredible, and I was able to just be like, all right, it looks awesome. I don't need it, because those things are really expensive. What's up, Reynolds?
Reynolds, what's up, my boy?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Ryan, you're
like
not
I
really
said,
a Masters guy anyway, right?
Nah, not really. I try not to dabble too much in the 1/6. Just the 89
probably a good
Keaton
move.
and the Hot Toys Batmobile.
We're gonna change that real
all
quick. Just like you guys got me into Mezco, I'm gonna get you guys ordering fucking Hot Toys pretty soon, like freaking fire.
No, not gonna happen.
I'm gonna resist as long as I can.
There's this guy.
Yeah, that's Mondo too, right?
Yep, this is all Mondo right here.
Yeah, that looks pretty sick.
Animated freeze.
Yeah.
Black and white.
Yeah, I got some friends that have the animated series, Batman series. They look really good. They look really good. Yeah, I just love what Mondo's done with the 1/6 scale. I think it's fantastic, man. I think especially, I mean, if you're a Motu fan, I think it's just incredible what they've done.
Oh, yeah.
They're just beautiful. They're just beautiful displayed figures. It's just awesome.
And then I'm pumped about this. Like, I know we don't talk about a lot of Marvel Legends here, but Marvel Legends is releasing Crystar, a Crystar action figure in the Marvel Legends line. So I'm so excited about this. I think it's amazing. Crystar, for those that don't remember, was an action figure line, 3 3/4 inch from the early to mid 80s. And the deal was some of the figures, including Crystar, that's this character himself here, were like translucent. There was a lot of translucent elements, and even the figures that weren't translucent came with like a little staff that had like a like plastic with like a little holographic effect in it. And there was no cartoon or anything, but there was an action figure line, and there was a Marvel Comics line for Crystar. Yeah, dude. Like Len says, oh my god, dude, as a kid I was obsessed with Crystar. The only Crystar figure I ever actually owned as a kid was Ogeode, which was like an old wizarding looking guy. I'm so pumped about this. I never saw this coming. This is the kind of thing that I think is cool. The kind of reveal to come out at San Diego Comic-Con, like this fairly obscure toy line from the 80s getting brought into like the Marvel Legends line. That's so cool.
Definitely cool, man. Definitely cool. I have no recollection of this figure or these characters. I don't have any idea what Crystar is. But definitely, like I said, I know it's hit a nostalgic, note for a lot of people because a lot of people were freaking hyped on this. So it definitely looks cool, man, and definitely right up your alley, Jonathan. Because with the translucent body and the whole nine, I was like, wow, that's definitely up your in your wheelhouse for sure.
Yeah, I'm super.
Now, what year was this?
What year was the cartoon? Yeah, this is like I'll find out for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was like early 80s, like not even mid 80s, like probably like early 80s.
Because I've never heard of it. I guess I'm too young.
Yeah, I mean, like you're like 17 years old, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yes. Here's this is a commercial from the early 80s for Crystar.
Yeah, I totally don't remember these at all. That's weird.
Yeah, like this. It was a freaking awesome toy line, dude. Here we go. Yeah, all right.
They look cool, but yeah, I freaking that's freaking. I do not remember these at all.
Benny's excited for it.
We're all kids at heart.
Yeah, they were Remco. That's right. But they had a Marvel comic that went with it. That's Geode right there, the old guy. Oh crap! Trevor says he has the first few issues of Crystar. That's awesome. I don't have any.
Wow.
Dave says he's still 12.
Damn straight, Dave. All
Yes.
day.
1-6 Shooter says, fun fact, the Danzig logo first appeared on an issue of Crystar. I know that because Toy Galaxy has one of their history videos of Crystar and talked about that, which is not something that I knew before that.
Huh.
Issues had these, gorgeous painted covers. Robert Martinez says, never seen that guy in my life. I was born in 1980.
Yeah, I'm fucking 1973, dude. I have no recollection of this. I don't even remember ever seeing that commercial. And I'm good. I mean, shit. I watched tons of freaking cartoons, and I used to watch all the toy commercial. I'd never seen that one. It's crazy. But yeah, it looks dope though. Is it 3 3/4 scale or is it Marvel Legends scale?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, it's Marvel Legends scale. So it's going to be
cool.
a part of the Marvel. My understanding, at least, is that it's part of the Marvel Legends line.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, so it'll have good articulation.
1982 was advertised in all the comic book. Well, okay, 1982 was the time the Crystar figures came out. Well, I was probably in 1982. I was definitely in the toy aisles for Masters of the Universe. So that's where I was. That's where my head was at then. Yeah, I was geeking out on Motu.
And I'm very much like, I guess actually I haven't
wasn't even thought about yet.
But the vintage line is something that like is on my list to collect. Like,
what year were you born again, Ryan?
Like 2014.
88.
88. Jesus Christ.
I was 11.
Yeah, 88.
11.
Holy crap, dude. That's funny.
Like, that was what? WrestleMania 4?
I was 15, getting ready to get my driver's license. I was fucking wow. That's crazy.
What else is good? What about this? Nah, that's not a good way to do it. That's dumb.
Crystar was a Kmart exclusive toy.
Was it really? I didn't know that.
That's what Allison says.
I did not know that.
What
the hell? Hold on a second. I literally just found out about this. Holy shit.
Here we go.
No, watch. I'm going to pull it up and it's going to be like, huh? Power Lord coming back.
Wow.
Oh, shit. Oh, no way.
Oh, shit. Power Lord's coming back. I loved Power Lords. As a kid, somebody must have, when you're a kid and you randomly get like some action in the 80s and then probably in the 90s too. Either like your parents' friends or like another like relative would get you like a Len LaGuardia 88 Christ. What did he say? I was kissing girls to every rose has its thorn at the YMCA.
That's right. That's right. Hell yeah, we were.
Era, we're talking about that earlier. I mean, we weren't talking about Len kissing girls in 1988, but you get my meaning. Yeah, but here we go. Power Lords, for those that don't know, Power Lords is another niche toy line, I guess you want to say, from the early 80s. A space cosmic themed toy line. And the Adam Powers, the guy in orange in the front there, and his toy had like a feature where he would flip between two versions of himself. And it was just a bunch of crazy cool designs. Some of this I'm probably getting wrong, but I think a lot of the designs came from, there's that book of like alien like being designs that like it's a very famous book and a lot of people have it. I'll never be able to find it. Well, long story short, the Four Horsemen also were into the Power Lords line and even made Power Lords figures. Their own, they came out with their own line, like little 3 3/4 inch figures. And they did, I guess they some figures were actually produced, but then they were doing like a Kickstarter for the next wave or something like that, and it didn't fund. So then whatever happened, they ended up they discontinued the Power Lords line, and they no longer had the license. So since then, Power Lords have not really been a thing. A lot of people have wondered if Cosmic Legions would have callbacks to Power Lords and stuff like that. Officially, the answer is no. That Four Horsemen don't have the rights to use the Power Lords license, so they're not making Power Lords figures. But I mean, I guess Nacelle right now is coming out and making these figures. They'd be nuts to not make them compatible in some fashion with Cosmic Legions, because some of those Cosmic Legions designs do, to me, kind of call back to the Power Lords designs. Do you remember Power Lords, Eric?
I do not. I know what it is from the years of toy collecting, because I've seen them, here and there throughout toy shows, or obviously at Frankensons and stuff like that. I've seen tons of Power Lord stuff, but I never collected them, never played with them, have no recollection of what they were or what they were about. But obviously there's, like I said, there's a whole generation of collectors and guys that definitely were hyped to this, and yeah, it's cool, very cool. Like I said, it's always cool to see something like that just get a whole refresh, and after so many years of where toy lines that people loved back in the days as kids, and we talked about that before, and I know that there's a lot of people that are still waiting on a ton of different obscure toy lines like this that to make a comeback from one of the major toy manufacturers or whatnot. But this is awesome. This is really awesome. But no, I did not collect them or play with them.
This is like an example of like weird, bizarre designs.
Huh.
Like, and then this was like the main hero.
Those are the originals.
These are the originals. Right? Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And then he had a thing where he would flip around, and this was like his powered up version of himself.
Okay. So yeah, it's funny seeing that, and I think I look at that now, and now I have like a reference of what that was all about when you see like Nate Barch's artwork, his Power Lords artwork that he did, which I thought was an awesome piece. But like I said, I had no recollection of what that was, or I'm like, this is obviously some type of toy line that was out there that like I said, I just don't have any memory of it at all.
Now, will this be 112 or is this going to be 3 3/4?
I would imagine this is Nacelle Company provided a light update. Power Lords coming next year, 2024. No, but judging by this post, it sounds like there might be some more info out there online, so I'll have to check that out. I don't know. Yeah, they were made by Revell. So there you go, Power Lords. Breaking news: Power Lords figures coming.
Very cool.
Maybe people already knew about that. I didn't know about that. Here we go.
Like I said, it's always cool to see, like I said, stuff that just hits that nostalgic tone for especially toy collectors, man, because there's so much good stuff out there that, I like a buddy of mine. He's a huge vintage Exo Squad collector. And that's a toy line that I had no idea what that was about, because it came out like he said
that's more 90s, right?
Yeah, it was like early 90s, from like 92 to 94. It was hot, and then it was gone. They like discontinued the line and the cartoon and the whole nine. And so I had no recollection of it, but through the years of collecting, I met a friend of mine, and he was a huge collector of freaking Exo Squad, and I was like, these are amazing. Like, these things are freaking, I was like, I can't believe like someone hasn't remade this line. It's so cool. It's like the whole, mech suit, and superhero type of, villains against good guys kind of thing. It's like, man, it's so cool, and so many great characters in that series. And I have the DVD of the first it's a bootleg, but it's the first season of the cartoon, and it's amazing to watch. It's a great cartoon and everything. It's really cool to see stuff like that. But yeah, this is cool, like to see Power Lords coming back for these people that are obviously Power Lords fans. It's amazing. It's a good time, man.
Yeah,
and that seems like it would be.
No, go ahead, man.
Oh, I was gonna say that seems like it would be like the Exo Squad would be right up Nacel's alley because I
Oh
feel like
yeah,
they hit a lot of that niche stuff. Because I
yeah.
know I brought it up before. They're doing Biker Mice from Mars, and I believe they just revealed that they're going to be doing the bikes from that. I know
Oh
you
nice.
guys said you weren't really into it, but that was
I'm not
something that I
personally, but
watched when I grew up. Yeah,
I know people are pumped about it.
hopefully they won't be an arm and a leg.
Oh nice. You got 3 sealed Exo Squads, Benny, huh? That's cool. I know, man, those
Oh, that's
they're
dope.
expensive. They're expensive
Yeah,
too, man. If you get in box ones, I've seen some of the price on them. Whoa, they're no joke, man. That's
Yeah,
a line that's no joke because it was so niche and it was so limited in time that it was around that yeah, to actually have some of that stuff because I'm like I said, my friend's got a massive collection and a big part of that collection are all mint in box ones. It's pretty cool to see, man. Pretty cool
yeah. I got to
stuff.
give before we leave the Power Lords topic. I got a post, man, because Kevin Dufresne, I had bought. He had some Power Lord stuff, like from when the Four Horsemen were doing it, and he was selling like one of the T-shirts or whatever, right? So I bought one of the T-shirts from him, and when I got the package with the Power Lords T-shirt, with it, he put in also one of the Four Horsemen Power Lords figures, like still in the plastic
oh,
baggie, like still
Oh
sealed in the
wow.
plastic baggie. I
that's
was like,
all.
you did not
Wow.
do that, man. Like,
That's
so I
awesome,
got to give
dude.
him a shout out, man. That's incredible. Like,
That's
it was
awesome.
really
Hell yeah.
cool. Here, can you give me like 2 minutes, and I'll be right back because there's something else I want to talk about too that was also
For sure.
revealed.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you hyped
It-
for freaking
it's-
PowerCon, buddy?
oh, yeah. I'm counting that day. Uh, Unfortunately, she couldn't get off for work.
So Amber's not going to be able to make it there with you?
I'm saying he's not here.
Oh, Ryan dropped out. So I guess it's just us, folks. It's all good. Ryan will be back shortly, and Jonathan's out taking a pee-pee break, so it's all good. But yeah, hopefully everybody's geeked on getting themselves to PowerCon in the next few weeks here, or I don't really know what the date is, but should be pretty fun, and hope to see a lot of great pictures and a lot of great meetups of people getting back together, especially from our family of friends in the cabal, and seeing everybody out there at the horseman table just enjoying themselves. And I definitely want to see those PowerCon exclusive figures in hand. That's going to be super dope to see, especially the one coming from the 4-H team, which is going to be an amazing figure. And as exclusive as that figure is, I can't imagine what the aftermarket freaking price is going to be on that figure if you missed out on it. So I hope a lot of people get it before that point. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing time. There you are, Ryan. Yeah, you're gonna. So you said
Yeah.
you said Amber's not going to be able to join you, huh?
Nah, I'm taking my cousin. He was the one who went to ZoloCon with me.
Okay.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
tried
Yeah.
I tried pushing him into the direction of Mythics, but I think I'm just gonna buy like a cosmic one and be like, here, take this home, open it. You're gonna fucking love it.
But you said he's not an action figure collector, right?
Not at all. But
Uh,
he's like he's a DC fanboy like me.
mm,
But I don't know. I'm gonna try and ruin his life with toy collecting.
that's right. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's really
Hopefully it
awesome.
works out. Yeah, and right after, well, not right after, but I'm counting down the days for Legion's Con, man. I cannot wait.
Oh, dude, every day I look at the calendar, it's like one day closer. It's just like it's like I feel like it's gonna be next weekend, and it's still, you know, 4 months away, and it's like, oh my god, it's like okay, come on, they can't go by quick enough. But then again, on the flip side of that, I'm like, oh shit, I don't have enough time, and I still got a ton of stuff to paint and do, and this and that, and but everything's rolling, man. Everything's in progress, and we're on a roll. And I tell a lot of people from November to November, it's all stress. But then when I get to Legion's Con, it feels like it's like a breath of fresh air, and I feel like I could finally I could take 4 days off of not doing anything at the desk and not worrying about painting and not worrying about. I just enjoy the community and the friends and just a great time and sharing my work and seeing everybody else's work and what we've all been freaking 109 days to Legion's Con. Here we go,
yeah,
baby.
buddy.
Hell
Here
yeah.
we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
Is your son excited for Legion's Con?
He's pretty pumped. Yeah, and I'm really pumped that I'm able to bring him this year, because I've wanted to bring him for the last few years, but of course he's had school. He was been in school, so it's like, but now he's graduated, and he's ready to rock and roll, and I can't wait for everybody to meet him and hang out with him, and like I said, he's just a great kid, and like I said, he's been my road dog since he was born. I mean, I had him at. I was rolling him through Frankenstein's in a stroller. You know what I mean? He's been part of the geek community forever, and he's a huge anime manga dude, and he's huge into gaming, retro gaming, all that kind of stuff, and just a full nerd, but in his own right. You know what I mean? I let him. He's not into action figures. He's not an action figure dude, but like I said, to each his own. And right now he's on a whole hip hop joint, so I'm kind of digging that, because we're going back to the old school, and he's hitting I'm dropping old man knowledge on him on old school hip hop, and so it's just fun to watch him just find his own path, man. It's really cool. So, but he's gonna have a great time. I imagine nothing less. It's gonna be great to have him with me.
I can't wait to meet him, man.
Same.
Yeah, he's an awesome kid, dude. He's just and it's cool. It's cool to know that I'll have somebody to post up at my table when I want to run around the fucking show and spend all my money. I'll be like,
got
come here and sell my shit.
You got to.
Yeah, hell yeah. So it'll be cool, man. Trust me.
I mean,
he's gonna earn his ticket.
Yeah, I brought my 12-year-old Chase to ToyCon to man the table with me.
Yeah.
But really, I just wanted him to come with me and hang out. And most of the first day, he was just running around the show, just exploring, which is what I really wanted him to just go get lost. Explore the different rooms, play video game stations, and he did. The second day, because it was a 2-day thing, he chilled at the table, and in the afternoon, he's sitting behind the table, his head's on the table, he's just sleeping on the table. He was just stacked out.
That's funny.
Dude, my biggest regret from ToyCon was not hopping on your Galactus when he gave that deep discount.
Yeah, so I sold it day 2.
The trigger.
470, I think I ended up getting. But I tell you what,
that's still a great price, dude. You still made your money. That's a good price. But that's a good price for it.
And the guy who, I'll tell you what, it was the guy, his wife, I guess, and his son, right? So it was a family, and he was so excited. He was like, "Oh my god, oh that's it," blah 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 blah. And his wife and his kid were all excited with him and for him, and they were adorable, right?
Oh yeah.
And then finally, awesome. And the wife was all supportive. She's like, "You should totally do it. Go ahead, you should do it." He's like, "All right," and he's like, I gotta go back down one more time, and I need to get some cash or whatever. Will you hold it for me? I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'll hold it for you." In my head, I'm like, nobody else is buying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
$500. So I did, and then of course they were coming around one more time, and he stopped by again. He's like, "I'm still coming. I promise, I'm still coming." And he came back, and he had all the cash, and he paid for it, and he was just so excited. I was kind of happy to sell it to him.
That's a good feeling, man, to pass it on to someone who's, like I said, someone who's been looking to get something like that.
So RetroCon is in Oaks, Pennsylvania. And the Four Horsemen are there. They're going to be there again this year. It's a great show.
I think it's the street team.
Oh, it's street team? Okay. Well,
yeah, I think it's a street. I think Len is going to be running.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they were there last year too. It's a pretty big like for a Northeast, like for like not talking about like an SDCC, New York Comic Con, not one of those really big shows. For more of the mid-size shows, it's on the bigger end of the mid-size show, and they have, it's the kind of show where they have like all the pop culture cars. They'll have a Batmobile and a DeLorean and an A-Team van and a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
And they'll typically have like people there, like personalities. Like they've had like Pixel Dan has been there, the Toy Galaxy guys have been there, like all different like YouTubers, and like, Larry Kenny's been there, I think once or twice. This year, like everybody from the Dukes of Hazzard is going to be there. All the actors are going to be there. And I might miss it, dude. Like I always go to RetroCon, but I've got a trial date. I'm not on trial. I'm a lawyer. For anybody that doesn't know, trial date on September 11th. And if it goes forward on that date, and it kind of looks like it will, there's no way I can make it to RetroCon, which I think is the next weekend. But
I have a question. Is RetroCon the same like dates every year?
It's in September-ish. I don't know if it's the same week in September every year.
Okay, but it happens in September?
As far as I can remember,
Yes.
yeah.
What's the weather like in Pennsylvania, Ryan, during that time?
It's still pretty warm. Like it's not. Well, last year it was when I got there. I get there early as shit. It was kind of chilly, and then it warmed up. And then
how long of a drive is it for you?
Maybe like half hour.
Oh, so it's
45 minutes.
Really close. That's cool. See, I always like. I mean, these are kind of like my future plans. Some of the and it's funny because people always give me shit. They're like, dude, you have San Diego Comic Con in your own backyard and you don't go to San Diego Comic Con. But it's like San Diego Comic Con is like, to me, it's like a hype con. I don't know. It's always been a hype con to me, and I'm not about hype. It just doesn't vibe with me. So I don't buy into it. And I never have. I've never been to San Diego Comic Con, and I probably will never go because I have no interest. But I've always been interested in attending some of the cons in your guys' neck of the woods. Like being able to go to New Jersey, ToyCon New Jersey was amazing. It was cool. It was a
Fun.
It's a con just like every other con, but it was cool to attend that, to say that I've been there. But stuff like RetroCon, ZoloCon, stuff like that, I've always wanted to like one day kind of make it, those bucket lists to like be able to fly out for the weekend, hang with, some dudes like you guys, and make the trip to go to some of these cons just to say that I've done it. You know what I mean? And yeah. RetroCon is definitely one of those ones. It's kind of like one of those ones in the list that I've definitely like to attend. And like I said, it'd be cool to come hang out with you guys, you and Amber, and like I said, and spend a weekend and then drive up there and enjoy the thing and then fly out, the next day or whatever. You know what I mean?
RetroCon would be a great one to do that for. As another guy just referred to, Stan Bush, the guy who did one of my favorite songs of all time, "The Touch" from Transformers the movie, is performing. Like a concert
dude. Nice, dude.
It's all. You can't even get tickets to it anymore. It's sold out. But I think he's going to be at the con too. Len says
Cue Mark Wahlberg singing "The Touch" from Boogie Nights.
Yes,
you got the touch.
I was sitting watching Boogie Nights in the 90s when that came out, and I was like Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Is anybody else getting this? Len says of RetroCon, over 150 vendors, largest toy and collectible show on the East Coast. That's true, because New York Comic Con is definitely not a toy and collectible show.
I would definitely see. That's another one, like New York Comic Con. Yeah. That's more of a hype con than an actual con. Like I want to go to a real legit toy con. You know what I mean? And like I said, RetroCon seems like that would be the type of one to definitely go to.
Yeah, and I feel like the larger cons like that, it's always nuts to butts. Like there's in certain places there's no room to move.
Yeah, I mean so I've been to New York Comic Con like a bunch of times, and I've had some really good times there. But I got to be honest with you, last year I went, it seemed like there was less toy stuff than there's ever been, just straight toy stuff. and there was a ton of people, man. It was like you kind of like had to navigate your way, and that's like that part's not super fun. Like,
Wow, Len says over 65,000 square feet. That's crazy, man. That's a
yeah, and
lot. That's a lot of room.
Damn.
because RetroCon has more, they're taking more space this year. So remember how big it was last year, Ryan? It's going to be, the space is bigger this year, and it was pretty big last year. And it was a weird thing because they had, so typically the way it works at RetroCon is they put like the tables with like the I don't know, the personalities, the people there to take photos and shit like that in the back, right? And I guess the idea is they want to funnel people. If you're going to go see them, you funnel them all the way to the back, so you have to kind of go through the con on the way there and all the way back. And the weird thing was they had like there was a big bottleneck getting into the con last year, which was kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Has it been like that the previous years?
It was never, not in my experience, it was never like that before. I think they just messed up. They had like they were letting one person in at a time, and it's like, dude, you had a line like around the building to get in.
RetroCon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
last year.
If you just had more people checking people in, like it would be a lot faster. Because then once you got into the con, you could move about freely. And by the time you got back to the horseman table, where like the people signing autographs and shit was, it was like there was like hardly any people there. Like, so, but I think my understanding is the people who throw RetroCon sort of recognize that, and that's not going to be an issue this year. Yeah, Dave says if you bought a tickets early at Retro, it was easy. So RetroCon also, like, they do like a VIP ticket, right? And it's not like, it's like $5 more or something like that, or is it just? It might even just be the time frame. I don't remember. The point is, they do like a VIP early bird ticket. It's not a big difference in price, and you got in like in a different line or whatever. And I think I missed it by one day. And then like I messaged the people. I'm like, dude, like I'll pay extra. Come on, it's me and my kid. And they never even responded. So so I still went, but
but on that same note too, like I said, for like, you Jonathan and Ryan and Amber, man, I'd love to, like, let's say, sometime between like April and May, if you guys have the time and can swing it, I'd love to have you guys fly out for a weekend and just, like I said, show you guys a great time and take you down for a full day down at Frank and Sons. And like I said, man, like I said, believe me, you'd come out and I would, roll out the red carpet for you guys and just, show you what California is all about, man. And I would love to have you guys here. You know what I mean?
I would love to, man. We should look at that maybe next spring, like tentatively start making plans,
Yeah. Like I said, I would love to have you guys, man. It would be awesome.
But before we got too far away from the current San Diego Comic-Con,
holy Jesus,
we got the physical reveal of Super 7's Cat's Lair and Marron.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, definitely something for display for a basement. For those that are lucky enough to have a huge ass toy basement like Jonathan does.
Its wife is already I would say
if you display it, you have to make a floor like that for it, dude. You can't throw it on a table.
Yeah.
The wife is aware that this is happening, right? And she's like,
did she see how big this was though?
Yes, I've showed it to her. I've tried to show her videos many times. And I was talking to
she's probably getting sick of seeing it.
My wife and my sister-in-law about what to do for it. Like, I almost feel like I've got to move stuff around. So I set up like a table like in the center of the room, like behind, like move the couch up a little bit and like have a table with this thing set up behind the couch in the middle of the room. So when you come down the stairs into my basement, you see the Cat's Lair, but you can still walk behind it and see the back of it. So here's the back of the Cat's Lair. For people that don't know, I assume everybody knows, but this is a Cat's Lair playset that's being put out by Super 7 for their Thundercats Ultimates line. Again, it's a 7-inch scale line. It's been going on for a couple of years now. Very similar to the classics body and stuff like that. Oh, what's up, Dork Lair in the house?
Bill, what's going on, man?
Bill says 360 is the only way. So that's what I'm thinking, so that you see it from the front and you can still walk behind it and see it from the back, as you're walking in between the Cat's Lair and the USS Flag, which will be on the other side of you as you walk between them.
Yeah.
But man, I can't tell you
Massive, dude. Massive.
how excited I am for this thing. Here it is from the front. Again, this is video by Chris Marino from Dorklair, who's in the Dorklair Collectors Group, and he's also on the Dorklair podcast with Bill. Chris is an awesome dude. He's at SDCC right now and posted this video in the Dorklair Collectors Group, and it gives you a really good, shot. Those figures are 7-inch scale figures.
Yeah, this thing is massive, bro.
Oh,
Super dope, dude. The only thing that's missing here is to add to this display would have been like the Thunder Tank parked on the side.
Yeah.
But I don't know, as far as the scale, I'm sure it probably wouldn't go with the scale of the actual. I don't know. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know how big it would look towards that. Maybe it would kind of offset it. But this looks freaking insane, dude. Insane.
So is it $100 flat rate shipping wherever it's going?
Domestic US, it's $100 flat rate shipping.
See, that's not that bad for something this big.
No, so when they started teasing it, and people like Ultimates fans, Thundercats fans, for a while have been wondering if Super 7 would try a Cat's Lair. They did the Thunder Tank. Would they do a Cat's Lair? We were sort of hoping that they would, but we're like, how big would this thing have to be? When Super 7 started teasing a couple of weeks ago when they were going to do it, of course, people are like speculating, like, how much is it going to be? And they're like, to do like a 7-inch scale Cat's Lair, like, it's going to be this big. But people were like, most people were saying at least $1,000. That would probably be at least $1,000, maybe more, maybe $1,200. It's actually come in at $650.
That's not bad, dude, for that massive ass thing.
And it's not bad.
That's not
now
bad.
They're doing it. They're doing it basically Kickstarter style. So the Super 7's sort of doing their own Kickstarter thing, a sort of like an MOQ, like a minimum order quantity, basically thing, where they have, I think it's 3,000. They have to sell 3,000 pieces to get it made, but they have until like September 30th. They have there's a long leash on it, and then they have what do you want to call it? Different tiers, right? So if it gets funded by July 30th. Let me try to find.
And there's a good point Pablo makes. The Thunder Tank would not have scaled in the show. The Thunder Tank came out of the paw of the Cat's Lair. So yeah, it definitely wouldn't have scaled well right in that display, I suppose.
Yeah, and people were like asking, like, I didn't really totally understand this. Like, people were asking, like, once the Cat's Lair started getting teased, what they were asking, is the Cat's Lair, is the Thunder Tank going to fit underneath the Cat's Lair paw? And it was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
like, no, of course
how
not.
massive would that have been?
Holy shit.
It would have to be a room like in the toy line from the 80s, the LJN toy line. The Thunder Tank didn't fit underneath the paw of that Cat's Lair either, not even close. Like, I don't know. So that was just, to me, I think that's silly to think that it would even. And yes, that would have been huge.
Yeah.
But, that's why Pablo's 100% right. And so, again, like I said, it's got to hit 3,000 by the end of September, I think it is. I might have
Dorklair says they're currently at 1,000.
So that's exactly what I was going to. They're a third of the way there. And I think if I was looking for a picture of it. I'll probably find it in a minute. But if it funds by July 30th, that's the early bird deadline. And there's like a real life scaled key to Thundera, this gold key that everyone will get if it funds by then. And then there's additional tiers. There's like a lab set, right, for the Cat's Lair. And then there's also what I really want. The next tier is like a translucent Lion-O.
The projection Lion-O.
The projection one,
yeah.
It looks really.
I knew you were excited for that.
Yeah.
Anything translucent, baby. Anything translucent.
I think I know where I need to go for this. You guys got to have pics of it, right? Oh shit! Here we go. This is the man right here. Stop this. Thank you, Chris. Just real quick. Hey, real quick. Yeah, so that's how big it is. That's how tall it is. So yeah, it's over 3 feet tall.
Jeez Louise.
It is nearly 3 feet deep when it's folded up. I don't think that's the one thing I think people are like, the depth of this thing is pretty crazy. And that's something that has to be accounted for, like in shelves and stuff. So here you go. 3,000 is what they need. They're up to 1,000 already. Here it is. This is what it looks like scaled with the actual Ultimates Thunder tank, right? So then it showed, like, the funny thing is, like, it's as ridiculous as it would be to fit in one of the paws. It's closer. It's a little bit closer than you might have thought. And the Thunder tank is huge. So,
yeah.
So that's.
I wish somebody. Oh no, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was gonna say I wish somebody would shoot like a stop motion, like animation, like MTV Crib style for this.
Right.
Yeah, so this is the key of Thundera, which everyone will get if we get 3,000 backers by July 30th. I think that's possible. Here, let me just see if I can see if this guy has any. There's that. No.
That's cool. Pablo says, "How great would it be if it can actually project the Thundercats logo onto your wall or ceiling? That'd be fucking awesome.
Sweet.
That'd be so sick."
Now there are LEDs, so there are lights in the eyes and in the emblem. It doesn't project, so it doesn't do that, but that would be cool. And it's not like toys aren't doing that. Remember the classified Hiss tank projects a Cobra logo onto the floor in front of it.
Yeah. Did you guys get? Either of you guys get that?
I did.
I did not.
You got the Hiss coming?
Yep.
Did you do it for one? You only back for one?
I might have at least one. I might have two. I need to double check. I might actually have two on the way. So,
speaking of
this thing
HasLab
is
Joe stuff,
ticking all the boxes.
That fucking that dragonfly looks fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Is that up already to the back?
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah.
I didn't even look at it. What's the price for that?
I have no idea.
It wasn't that bad. I think it was like relatively speaking, $279. I want to say.
That's not bad at all, dude. That thing's fucking huge too, dude.
Yeah, and that's a go. That's a done deal.
Oh, nice.
It funded. It hit all the tiers.
Are they still taking orders for it and everything?
No, it's done.
It's closed, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that Hiss tank's gonna be awesome, Benny.
There you go. Hiss tank.
Wow, dude.
And that's how big they are together.
That was my number one favorite toy as a kid, was that damn dragonfly. I fucking loved that thing, dude. I used to play with that damn helicopter every single day, dude. I was such a fucking Joe geek back in the day. That was like my favorite thing ever, dude. To see this version of it. I just hate it that I don't collect Joe anymore. It's just like I just don't have it. I just don't have the space for it in the collection room. I don't. But I would, man, I'd be damned if I'd say if I didn't want this so bad. It's so freaking bitchin' looking.
Yeah, $275.
That's awesome.
It funded. It also has lights. So yeah, I had to plus this back in. So Allison says, meaning the cat's lair, if it projected, I wouldn't be sitting here debating if I need it. I've backed it already, just so my cats could freak out and look up at it on the wall like real Thundercats.
That's right. That's right.
It's like, you know what's funny is I guess it feels kind of weird to be talking about a $650 playset that you might mod, but like, yeah, it would be cool to mod it somehow, or at least have something, or even behind it, that would project the Thundercats symbol. Also, I don't know if you remember, if you noticed on the back, they have in one of the levels of the playset, there's like a quote unquote computer screen. And essentially there's going to be LEDs behind it with like, I guess, slip screens you can put in front of it to make it look like they're looking at a computer screen. It would have been cool, and I wonder if you can still do this, to configure that in such a way that you could like slip like an iPhone into it and like actually have video playing like it's a computer screen. Like,
nice.
How tight is that? That might be a cool mod. It would have been cool if they just made it like that, but if not, that would be a cool mod where like it's just like, you know, you just slip it in there.
Yeah.
Just slip it in the crease. You know, just right.
That always rocks.
All right. So yeah. So
yeah, $275 for that Dragonfly. Holy shit, man. I know one day I'll be kicking myself in the ass for not getting it, or maybe I'll pick it up later. I don't know. But I like I said, I have not seen many things in the classified series that I've like, it's a must have for me. But damn, if I'd seen that, I was like, holy shit, is that freaking dope. That and the original Vamp from the G.I. Joe series, man. That was, like I said, I'm sorry. One of the other top favorites of mine was the Wolverine. That thing was fucking dope with was that Lady J that drove the Wolverine, the tank with like the multiple missile shooters on it. You know what I'm talking about?
I actually don't, and I thought I knew every G.I. Joe vehicle.
Yeah, the Wolverine. Check it out, dude. That was like the ultimate thing, dude, right there. That and that damn freaking Dragonfly. God damn it, that thing is so dope, dude. I know I want it, and it's just one of those things that I guess if I had to, I'd have to suspend it from my ceiling or something, because it would have to be displayed, dude. That thing's just too fucking cool not to display.
Dude, then you still gotta make room for the dragon from 4-H.
Oh, I got my room for my dragon. You know that, dude. I already have room, right? The room is already freaking set for the dragon. The dragon's already in place. It's already going in. It's there. What I got to do is I actually have to build a new shelf, a single shelf, just for that damn Battle Cat that I'm going to get. Because that's going to be my Mondo shelf is it's not at capacity, but it's getting there, and it definitely doesn't have room for that damn Battle Cat. That's for sure. But yeah, when Battle Cat gets here, boys, trust me, I'm gonna be in the wood shop, fucking cutting some new shelves and making a whole new display shelf just for that fucker, because it's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Anybody getting the Ghost? What's the Ghost?
The Ghost is the new Star Wars HasLab.
Oh, okay.
Which is a vintage collection. So 4-inch scale Star Wars ship, the Ghost from Rebels.
Yeah.
And
speaking of vintage collection, how about that Ewok freaking set that they had out there? Holy crap. Oh, that's the Ghost. There you go.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Now the vintage is obviously 3 3/4 scale, right?
Yes. So it's 3 3/4. The ship is big, like it's huge.
Yeah.
There's video I can show in a second. Again, I still haven't finished Rebels, so I'm not already a diehard Rebels fan. So I can skip this. So it comes with Hera Syndulla, shown right here. Nice. And there's stretch goals to get you Zeb, and the vintage collection Zeb looks really cool. So you get like the little shuttle, I forget what it's called here. It's a huge ship with a huge environment. It's actually pretty tall. It doesn't look like it, but it's like almost 2 feet tall or something like that.
Reminds me of some old school Millennium Falcon, man. That's freaking, it's dope.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I think somebody help me out if I'm wrong here, but I think it might be bigger than the Millennium Falcon, the vintage collection Millennium Falcon they put out. Yeah. Bill says the Ghost is amazing. Rebels, the show is amazing. And he says, I'm not backing this, just really excited to be finally getting TVC Rebels figures. I'm also not backing it. It's $500.
Ooh,
which is a rip and a half to me. Like,
wow, especially a 3 3/4 scale freaking thing.
Yeah.
That's expensive, bro.
Yeah, I mean, sort of by comparison, and I don't know what the size differences are, but the Razor Crest was like $350, I think.
At that price point, do you think it'll fund?
Yeah, it's like halfway there.
Okay.
Right now, I think.
Because you know how the Rancor failed.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
a lot of people thought that was probably going to be a shoo-in, but yeah, that one didn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Trevor says it's the biggest vintage collection ship they've done.
Mm.
So it's huge. And if you like Rebels or you just love everything Star Wars, like it's definitely cool. I'm not already like I'm doing my plan is to finish Rebels in time for Ahsoka, the Disney Plus series.
Mm.
So I'm not already tied into it. And like this ship is cool, but I have nothing to do with it. So
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Trevor says,
Yeah.
you might change your mind after Ahsoka, Jonathan. That's fine, because if that's the way it goes, then I still won't have the opportunity to back the Ghost. So that's fine.
Yeah.
I
That's
do
funny.
Cat's Lair instead of Ghost. But for the people who are huge Rebels fans, for the Bills of the world, I know Jesse is excited about this. I'm pumped that it's out there. 500 still seems like a lot to me.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
Tier 1 is you get an Ezra Bridger figure. Tier 2, you get Kane and Jarrus. So essentially, I'm assuming that maybe like eventually you can get the whole crew, right? And well, I don't see what's the droid's name? I forget. Zeb at 17,000. I don't know, man. 17,000 is pretty freaking steep.
Wow.
But one way or the other, this Zeb TVC figure looks really cool. Yeah, so that's that. That's the Ghost. Look at this, Trevor. Well, Trevor says he thinks 500 is a great price.
Easy to say for a rich guy.
And Sabine. Oh, Sabine is I thought they said earlier today that Sabine was going to be a regular release, like it's going to be mainline TVC. I might have that wrong, but I thought that they were going to do her mainline, or at least I thought I heard somebody say that earlier today. But I could be wrong about that. Do we have any? I thought I had. Where was I watching that at? You know what? This is what I got to do. YouTube is my friend. There was a video where the team was actually showing Ghost, and like Victoria from Victoria's Cantina was there, and Geek Dad Life was there. But point being, they had video of the Ghost, and it'll give you an idea of exactly how big it is.
Have you guys ever seen the HasLab the Jabba's barge? Have you ever seen that in person? How fucking huge that thing is?
It's massive.
Dude, massive. Yeah, I saw that thing and it was like, oh, that's really cool. But then I saw how big it was. Like, I was like, my God. I was like, how do you display that thing, dude? Like, holy crap. You need like 5 detals to put it across the top and it barely fits.
What's that going for now?
What, the sail barge?
Like, yeah.
Aftermarket? I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
At least a G.
Yeah.
Probably well more than that.
It's gotta be up there. Let me see. I'll look it up right now.
Sorry. Woo! All right, here we go.
That's not
gonna work. That's okay. That's okay.
$2,000. Yeah, the HasLab sail barge on eBay, $2,000. That's like one of the best prices I'm seeing right now. $2,000. Holy shit!
Oh, dude, that thing's pretty big.
Oh yeah, dude,
it's massive.
Oh, that's cool though, man. That's really cool. I love all the removable parts on it. That's cool to open up the environment on it. Very, very cool.
Yeah, this is like its own. It's a play set, really. It's so big. Like this is a display unto itself.
So freaking dope. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be geeked on this for sure, man.
500 still seems like a lot to me.
Well, Trevor, I hope it funds, and I hope you get one, man.
Yeah, so here's sort of, we're all sort of, Allison says Sabine is supposed to be mainline part of the various releases going into Ahsoka, I thought. And Bill says they have a live action Sabine announced. So I guess I don't know if that's what we're talking about. That the Sabine that's going to be mainline is going to be like a live action version, and there's going to be an animated version after that, because these are all animated versions. $1,700 on July 16th. That price is not going down, folks. Not anytime soon.
And what did that start out at? Was it 400 for it?
Or... I think it was. I'm guessing 400. I don't remember. Bill, maybe you might remember, or Trevor, maybe you remember.
You're selling it for 1,700. Wow.
Trevor, did you get the barge? I know Toy Bro got the barge. The barge was really before my time, as far as active modern collecting. But it was one of those sweet spots of the whole HasLab idea when they made it. But I think it was one of those ones where they extended the deadline or something like that, and they like barely made it. So our good buddy FU says barge was $500.
Damn, you're like I said, you just tripled your money. Then that's freaking crazy.
Yeah, well,
the one I totally kicked myself in the ass for not getting because of the price, the initial price for it. Damn it to hell, was that Unicron, the HasLab Unicron. That thing is freaking beautiful, man. What a beautiful freaking piece, and it's massive, and it's just like I said, and it's just like I said, one of those ones that at the time, and it was funny, at the time I had not started collecting Transformers, and I was like, but I saw it and I was like, wow, that's so cool. And I thought, man, it'd be so cool to have that, and thought about getting it. And I was like, well, what the hell am I going to buy it for? I don't collect Transformers. And man, after I started collecting Transformers, I was like, god damn it, I wish I would have bought that freaking piece, man. That Unicron piece is massive, bro.
Yeah, that Unicron, that got an extension too, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. That also got an extension.
Yeah.
That's another one that not too many got made.
Yeah.
But that's one I was collecting modern when that HasLab came out.
Yeah.
And I actually at the time, I thought about it a couple of times, but at the time, that was what was it, 350, 400, something like that?
Yeah, it was like 400 for it or something like that.
And a couple of times I was like, that's just too insane. I can't imagine spending that kind of money on a toy item. I can't do it. It was still too early for me. Since then I've spent $750 on a transforming Optimus Prime twice. Twice, and then sold it sometimes.
Yeah, well, like I said, you could spend between about 1,800 to about 2,000 if you want one now, and it's like, nope, no thanks. But yeah, that's like I said, for any true Transformers collectors that have that in hand, man, like I said, that's just one of those, quote unquote grail pieces to have in your collection, because that thing is fucking amazing.
So it looks like
$575 for it, man. That's like I said, that's a steal compared to what it's costing now.
Yeah,
and if you were a Pulse member, you got that shipping free. Well, I mean, you had to pay $50 to be the member.
Yeah.
That's the best part about a Pulse. It really is. If you buy a HasLab, is the free shipping.
Yeah.
Trevor says he doesn't have the barge, but he has seen it in person.
Yeah.
Super dope, man.
So hey, real quick. There was at least one more thing I definitely wanted to put up there. And I just
it the 6-pack of McFarlane Batman?
It wasn't, but I can put that up there if you want.
I just appreciate the fact that it has bat nipples on the one figure. Like, he stayed true to form with that.
What do you think, Ryan? You picking that up or no?
Hell no. I don't need it.
No?
I saw that Curtis got it, and Jesse commented because Curtis said, I needed this. And Jesse said, did you, though?
So this is what I was talking about. And that is, along with the Cat's Lair, Super 7 has announced or shown for the first time Silverhawks Ultimates in chrome or vac metal. Now, I have not watched yet. Pixel Dan did a complete walkthrough with Brian Flynn of these. So I haven't watched that yet. So I haven't heard some of the discussion, because I'm sure there is. Because a lot of people, a lot of people are pumped up about this, as am I. But a lot of people are pissed off about this. I am not, but a lot of
Kurt-
people are
Curtis
because
is definitely one of them.
Curtis is definitely one of them. Because and I'll talk about this a little bit more, flesh it out a little bit. Because even I will also, acknowledge Super 7 at least made it seem like, or at least gave the impression that vac metal was something that would be very hard to do with the Silverhawks Ultimates, if not impossible. So what's up, Alexander? What's going on, man?
What's going on, Alex?
Alex, what's up, man?
Now-
Munio said the ultimate bait and switch.
Yeah. So what people are pissed about is people are pissed because the idea is that they believe Super 7 basically told them that, guys, we can't do vac metal for Silverhawks, so we're doing these other kinds. So they came out with the Ultimates that they released, which are supposedly animated style, but are definitely not vac metal or anything like that. And then after those were already gone, now they're like, oh, look, we can do vac metal. Just kidding. Which
double dip in the house.
there's a couple things that I don't agree with there. 100%. And again, this is not like Curtis was, Curtis is also a man who speaks in absolutes, right? But he's the same guy who was selling his whole collection and just army building engineers. Maybe that'll happen.
Centuries.
Centuries. Sorry. So Curtis said he's a liar. He's a manipulator. But listen, a lot of people think that way. I think Nate Barch said something not exactly the same, but like a lot of people feel the same way. And Dave Orkin said, I'd be pissed too. Here's the thing. I watch almost every interview Brian Flynn does when he's talking about these things, right? And at no point, literally at no point since I found out they had the license, did I think they were not going to come out with some kind of vac metal or chrome Silverhawks. Did I know that it would be a whole figure, head to toe? I didn't know that. But at no point did I think that they were not going to do it. And if you sort of look at the interviews and put them together, we probably could have guessed that this was coming. So Eric Munoz said he saw the interview, but that was just that. The interview he's talking about is one with Pixel Dan from like 2 years ago. Yeah, that was the one from a while back, right?
Yeah.
About almost exactly 2 years ago. And in that little clip, Pixel Dan asks, is this the exact, question and answer is something like, is this one of the reasons why you wouldn't be able to do vac metal in a figure like this? Almost word for word. Brian Flynn says yes, and then goes on to talk about it. But, you saw, Eric Munoz says he saw the one with Pixel Dan yesterday. I haven't seen it yet. And he says Dan was kind of pissed. So I haven't seen it yet. I'll check it out. I'm just talking about the interview that happened 2 years ago. So what they were talking about there was the kind of plastic in the joints. And sort of what Brian was saying is the tough thing to do is that, with most of these figures, they're PVC, right? And it's difficult to do PVC, like vac metal and PVC. In that same interview, he even says you can do it, but it's like the ability to do it is few and far between. You can do it. And the difficulty is because of the joints and all this. That's why the Silverhawks back in the day were ABS, right? Well, yeah. Well, Brian says the reason why he knew 2 years ago that it was tough to do was that they were trying to do it the whole time, and they were trying to figure out a way to do it. And the problem was the joints. That's what he was saying at the time, is why it would be difficult. But even in an interview earlier this year, at the beginning of the year with the Whoosh, he was still talking about it. He was still talking about how he was trying to get the paints right on Silverhawks. They had more surprises coming, and that they were experimenting with different plastic for the joints, right? If you put those two things together, you would have been like, okay, well, the reason why they said vac metal would be difficult to do for these figures was the joints, because the joints, and that it's tough to do with PVC. And then earlier this year, he said, well, we've been experimenting with different plastic and changing the joints, right? So if they were doing that, it's like, all right, well, why else would they be doing that except to figure out a way to do chrome or vac metal?
Yeah.
So now at SDCC, they release it, and here it is, right? Certainly a lot of people have had and people that know what they're talking about have had the reaction or the takeaway that Super 7 basically said, they can't do vac metal in Silverhawks Ultimates. They never actually said that. They didn't, but a lot of people came away with that impression. And I will say, certainly Brian Flynn made it seem like it would be very difficult, if not impossible, to do. And now they've come out with vac metal. It's Quicksilver and Steelheart are the ones that they have announced so far. I can't imagine they would probably just do the heroes anyway, because the villains weren't vac metal to begin with. But even I think in the I didn't see the full interview, but in something a real quick clip from preview night, he even said something about the joints, like, listen, you're going to have to be careful with these. And I think that my understanding is that these figures are even going to come with like disclaimers that, listen, these are adult collectible. Like, I don't think this is the kind of figure you're going to be able to manipulate and, you know, articulate in all different kinds of fashion and think that some of it's not going to rub off, I guess. I can only speak for myself.
I think this figure in the vac metal, I mean, if I was a collector, I mean, to finally get a vac metal style Silverhawks figure like this, I think personally it would be a cool collectible piece just to have in box on display without fucking with it. You know what I mean? Just to know that you won't screw up. Because like I said, first thing, like I said, that's just going to be a whole train wreck when those figures come out. People get them in hand and they start manipulating them and articulating and posing them, and then the vac metal just starts shredding away, and people are just going to lose their minds like, oh, these figures are pieces of shit. It's like, you already know that vac metal isn't something that's comprehensible with, you know, that works with these types of figures. So you already know there was an issue in hand to begin with. So why are you screwing with it? I would rather just leave the damn thing alone and just display it as is. I think they're beautiful. I think the vac metal is a beautiful touch to a line of figures that obviously were supposed to be in a metallic form. And I think they look beautiful, but I think if you're going to take them out of box, you might as well just put them in one single pose and leave it alone. Don't screw with it, or just display them in box, because I think the box displays are freaking beautiful as well.
Yeah, they're incredible. Like
No, go. You go ahead.
I was looking at today. I did get the first wave of Silverhawks, and even when they were first announced, you know, and I've talked about this a bunch on here. When that first wave of Silverhawks was announced, you know, they didn't say they said they were the animated versions. They said they weren't going to be vac metal, but I looked at it from the beginning. I'm like, I don't think those heroes look very good. I didn't think they looked good. And I'm like, I also don't think they looked animated style to me. Like, and even in one of my videos, I put up like a side by side. I'm like, here's what the animation looked like. Here's what the figures look like. They don't look the same. Now, I pre-ordered the wave 1 anyway, because I'm like, you know what? I have wanted Silverhawks for the longest time. I want to support the line. I trust Super 7 to do it well at some point. So I'm going to go in and pre-order the first wave. Since then, I haven't gotten any more of the heroes just because I don't think they look animated style. That being said, the villains have all been incredible. They've all been like amazing. And I will be getting these kind of chromed versions, but people like, you know, Curtis and everybody else who feels burned by it, that's cool. Like, everybody's, you know, entitled to their opinion. That's fine. I don't totally like the thing that I don't totally understand is the bait and switch idea. People that bought the first wave of Silverhawks thinking that, well, they're never going to make vac metal, which is not something I ever believed it. You know, I believe they were going to figure, because he said he was trying to do it. So the idea was, how was he going to do it? Number one. Number two, then buying the first wave and hating it, and now being pissed because they came out with the vac metal. Everybody knew what the first wave looked like. And I was saying from the beginning, I'm like, I don't think they look good. Don't buy a figure that you know you don't like.
But that's kind of
complain about it afterward.
That's kind of stupid. If you, I mean, think about it. As action figure collectors, that's like saying, I'm mad at Marvel Legends for making a new Wolverine because I've already bought the last 30 Wolverines they made. You know you're going to buy it again. You know what I mean? It's like, and you know they're going to make another one, and every one of them is going to be better than the next one, or not. You know what I mean? Depending on which one you have. But it's like, I bought one Wolverine, you know, 10 years ago, and that was supposed to be the only Wolverine. Now you guys have made, you know, 5 more Wolverines. That's a bait and switch, and it's just a money grab. Of course it's a money grab. They're a toy company. They're making toys. You think they're just going to make one version of Silverhawks and be done with it and be like, yeah, that's good enough for us? They want to make money. Of course they're going to keep making more. And like I said, to even imagine that they weren't going to at least attempt to make vac metal is stupid. It's just, I mean, you know, that at some point someone was going to come up with it and they were going to make them. So shut up, Curtis. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Just give him your money, dude. You know what I mean?
You know, poor Curtis, by the way, is at family movie day right now. Otherwise, I'm sure he'd be jumping on.
Oh yeah, he'll see the replay.
Yeah, but I mean, I listen. And
give Super 7 your money, Curtis. Shut up.
If Pixel Dan was mad, I don't know if he was mad. That's fine. I'm not. I'm just like, listen, this is it. I'm like, first of all, action figure companies rarely ever, if there's multiple versions of a character and there's multiple versions of every popular character, they very rarely come out with the one that they know everyone wants first. They come out with a different version first.
That would be the stupid thing to do as a business.
Yeah.
Move, you know what I mean?
Like G.I. Joe Classified.
Test the water.
Did we get the Cobra Commander that everybody wants first? No.
Nope.
They came out with another version, and it's like the other version is the other version is coming, right?
Yeah.
And that, you know, and some people were saying that, like, well, let's say even that they were Super 7 was looking into ways to do vac metal, and they, you know, they didn't figure it out until 6 months ago or 8 months ago, whatever it is. They should have told us when they figured it out. And I'm like, no one does that. You know what I mean? No one tells us once they've figured something like that out. Like, Four Horsemen weren't gonna tell us that Figure Obscura was coming. It just you know, they drop it when they want to drop it. You know, they're not going to tell us. We'll never know about most of this stuff until they announce it.
So that was going to be my question, because you know how when there was like speculation that the Silverhawks was dead, do you think that they were holding off on everything until this reveal at least?
That might have been part of it, but I think, and again, speculation on my point, I believe that really did, like, that I was right in my video, that it had to do with a licensing issue. And again, anybody that's watching this, I'm speculating, but I'm speculating based on what I've looked up on the internet, basically. Super 7 registered a Silverhawks LLC, basically, right? And Ramen Toys made Silverhawks figures, and they had Super 7 logo on the back as if Super 7 was the licensor and they were sub-licensing, you know, things like that. But then Super 7, all the Silverhawk stuff got scrubbed from Super 7's website. And there were some rumors that maybe Warner Brothers came back and said, no, actually, we own the license. You guys don't own the license. Maybe we can work something out. You know, again, that's a lot of speculation. But I will note that after Super 7, I don't think Super 7 actually specifically said it had a license, but there was a lot of things that sort of pointed to that, like the Ramen Toys thing. With these reveals of these prototypes here, of these Silverhawks, you'll notice in the back, there's a little sign that says pending licensor approval, which means that Super 7 is awaiting somebody else who actually owns the license. So putting all those pieces together, I think part of the delay here was that Time Warner or somebody else who actually owns the license or believe they own the license or at least had a dispute came out and contacted 7 and going back and forth, yada, 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 yada. And that was sort of the delay. Here we go. We got Eric here showing it.
Is that the Cobra Commander you're looking for?
Hooded Cobra Commander. Not necessarily. Yeah. I'm a Chrome Dome guy personally. Even as a kid, I didn't like Hooded Cobra Commander at all. And here's why. I'll tell you why. Because I was like, man, you've got Cobra Commander, the first version. He's got like this chrome mask on, right? And you're like, is this guy a human? Is he an alien? Why does he have this chrome version? Like, is he like a Darth Vader deal? Blah, blah, blah. And then when the hooded version came out, you're like, wait, the hooded version is just a dude with a hood on. You can even see his skin underneath the hood. I'm like, that's not as cool as Chrome Dome Cobra Commander. It's not even freaking close. But a lot of people do like Hooded Cobra Commander. So
I'm a total Hooded Cobra Commander. That's the way I see Cobra Commander. I never liked the Chrome Dome. I'm with the OG.
I'm with the OG Cobra Commander. OG Chrome Dome. That's the one for me. If and when they do, eventually they'll come out with a Hooded Cobra Commander too. One day they will. They will eventually.
But on this same note, it's like, I mean, I was texting, messaging a bunch of people, obviously during all the reveals from SDCC, seeing the new the Marvel Legends, the new line of the '90s, X-Men animated series figures. It's like, okay, like, come on, like, don't we already have, Rogue and Gambit and Wolverine and this and that? And again, like I said, if a lot of people, a lot of people are completists, and every time a new X-Men series of figures come out, they have to buy each and every one of them. And, you look at these collections, and some guys have, 42 different Wolverines in their collection because of it. So it's like, I mean, you could either buy it or you don't buy it. Getting mad about it is stupid because, next year, what they're going to do? They're going to bring out another series of X-Men Marvel Legends. You know what I mean? And so is everybody else on whatever note or whatever IP that they're working on. They're going to keep releasing figures, and you're going to keep buying them, or you're not going to buy them. You know what I mean? It's just,
I think the rule.
But to sit there and pout about it, or, oh, this isn't fair, that's the stupidest thing in the world. It's just, also too, if you really think about it, what about all the new collectors? You know what I mean? What about the guys who have never bought a Silverhawks figure? You know what I mean? What about all the guys that missed all of the, the funding for the Kickstarters or the Super Sevens that a lot of people have in hand that obviously don't want to pay the secondary market price? Now, hey, they have the opportunity to buy these brand new, upcoming, awesome Vac Metal Silverhawks figures, and there's their opportunity. And like I said, but to sit there and bitch about it, or, oh, we were done wrong, come on, guys, that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It really doesn't.
I just feel like if you didn't like the way that first wave looked, then you shouldn't have bought it. You can't complain about buying something that you knew what it looked like already. Right. I knew what it looked like. I bought it anyway. And I was like, because I want to support the line. And I don't, the Quicksilver, it's just not a good looking figure. Like, I've never taken him out of the box because the box is so freaking gorgeous. It makes it look better. Steelheart actually is kind of cool. And the villains, like I said, are awesome. But yeah, that's it to me. Like, if you like the first wave, you wouldn't be mad about them coming out with Vac Metal later. You're only mad, the proverbial you, because you don't like the first wave and you feel like you were tricked into buying it because you thought they said they weren't going to make Vac Metal, which they never actually said. And if you didn't like the first wave, you shouldn't have bought it. Like, it's not like you were buying it sight unseen.
Right.
Also, if you don't like the Super 7 version, get the Ramen Toys version.
Yeah.
You have options, or like you guys keep saying, just don't buy it.
Right. You don't have to buy it. If you're not happy with the ones you bought, there's a great community out there where you could sell your toys. You know what I mean?
Or trade
them for something you do want. You know what I mean? It's not like you're stuck with it unless you have a HasLab Galactus and you can't get rid of it. Fucking fucking toy.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's it. And listen, and the other thing is, if people want to complain, they can complain too. Like, I complain about shit all the time. So that's it. We're almost 2 hours now. I actually I'm taking we are split. My family. I was gonna say my family. We're splitting up tonight. Family's not splitting up for good. I'm taking my son to AEW Collision, a wrestling show.
Nice.
AEW Collision
awesome, dude.
is going to be in Newark, New Jersey tonight. You can watch it live on TNT. I will be there. If you see me, that'd be amazing. But
are you guys going to have a sign?
No, we didn't make a sign. I'm not doing no.
Yeah?
I'll pretty if Chase wants to make one, he can. And my wife has taken my daughter to the Barbie movie. And we realized how hilarious that was. And we're like,
hey, make a sign that says "Happy Birthday, Cookie."
Yeah,
that'd be amazing if you got on.
Do it.
Happy birthday, Cookie. Look, if you're like, we don't know who this Cookie guy is, but let's say "Happy Birthday, Cookie" from AEW. That'd be fucking awesome.
Man, that's not a bad idea. And we got good seats too. And I think it depends on what side of the ring we're on. If we're on the correct side of the ring, and I think I am, that would be the side where you could theoretically be caught in the main camera. So that would be cool.
Nice. So. Yeah, Eric, last thing, so what should we do? Wait for the later version or never buy the first release? It's up to you guys. It's like I said, it's your money, you do what you want. Like I said, we've all bought things that later on we regret.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not one of us out
100%.
there, especially as a toy collector, that has probably bought 30 or 40 figures that we totally regretted buying, or we're kicking ourselves in the ass because the second version came out. In point, the Mondo 1/6 scale deluxe Hordak figure that came out. I jumped right on the pre-order, bought it, and then PowerCon came and Mondo showed up with the pre-order for the deluxe animated version, which is more aesthetically like the actual figure is supposed to be in the blue tone skin, which I obviously had to turn around and buy. Now I was pissed because I was like, shit, I should have waited because I should have known better that they were going to make this one, but I didn't, and now I have two of them, and it's like, okay, what do you do? It's it's just part of it, man. What's up, Walter?
What's up,
Walt?
Walter? What's up, man?
Hello and
Walt-
goodbye.
Yeah, Walt was kind enough to join us last Sunday.
Hell
If you
yeah,
didn't
great
catch
show
that,
last Sunday, Walt.
check that out. Sunday Day Live. We get to hang out with Walt, which was awesome. But yeah, what do you guys got going on for the rest of the day? Anything cool?
Just getting to the paint desk, dude. I got lots of work to do, man. So freaking, you know me. I'm gonna be freaking smashing it out. And tomorrow, actually, I'm taking. I bought tickets. I'm taking my my mom and dad. It's gonna be my dad's gonna be turning 75 next week. So I thought I'd take him out for a cool little birthday treat. I'm gonna take him and my mom take him to the IMAX premiere of Oppenheimer.
Hell yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking good time. So I'm gonna go check that out tomorrow morning. But tonight it's all paint day, baby. It's all
Happy
paint.
birthday.
Well, happy early birthday.
Yeah,
Happy
hell yeah.
Trevor says, "How about buying the Razor Crest and having it blow up in the last episode before you get it?"
Yeah, there you go.
Now I tell you what,
You're like what?
I was kind of pissed about that. So, it's not like I don't get pissed about things.
Absolutely. Spot on, Trevor.
I was
Spot
like,
on.
"What the hell?" I'm like, I don't know. So,
Yeah.
and I know other people weren't pissed about it. Real quick. So this is a cool thing to sort of end on. Well, Walter's opening a box of Cosmic. Go live,
right.
man. Facebook Live. Let's
Oh
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Pablo says he was never a fan of Silverhawks, more of a Brave Star fan. Brave
Fair.
Star. I mean, I think Ramen Toys isn't it Ramen Toys is doing like a fake Brave Star where it's definitely not Brave Star, but it's Brave Star, like a 6 or 7 inch scale figure. That'd be cool. Super 7 would kill Brave Star. But all right, guys. What's up, Travis Wilcox? What's up? By the way, Travis Wilcox, if you're serious about that, Super 7 confirmed they are working on Tiger Sharks as well. So
Nice.
possibly for a 2025 release, they will complete the Trinity: Thundercats, Silverhawks, Tiger Sharks.
Nice.
So that is in the plans. Ryan, I imagine you're headed to the beach, my friend.
Probably not. If anything, we'll be heading to the pool at the park here. But we're going to be barbecuing in a couple minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm about to go. I grilled up some food before I came down here. I'm gonna go grab some food before we get ready for AEW Collision.
Hell yeah.
Eric LeBron, my friend, Ryan Gonzalez, my friend, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Thank you to everybody who stopped by, threw in a comment, live with us. Thank you to everybody that'll check us out on demand, including Curtis, who will no doubt curse me out all over the place in the comments. Thank you so much, guys.
Take over.
Yeah, and before we leave, remember the number one rule:
Be
be
cool.
cool.
Be cool.
Later.